Welcome back to the Bahamas tonight. Well, public servants from across the country headed to the polls today to decide who will lead their organization for the next term.
And as they cast those ballots, prime among their concerns, a deeper sense of trust and a more stable financial position for the BPSU. But the thing that took center stage, though, was the president's race. Charisma Robinson picks up the story.
Voting got off to a good start Friday morning as BPSU members went to the polls to elect leadership. Grand Bahama's Alexander Barros and Kenneth Christie are trying to take the post while incumbent John Pinder goes after a fifth consecutive term in office. However, Barros and his Hammer team says it won't be as easy for Pinder this time around. He says Pinder's leadership has been ineffective and lackluster and questioned why Pinder did not call an annual general meeting before elections as is customary to discuss the union's financial state.
He tried to vindicate himself as to some $85,000 that was shared among himself and about 4 or 5 of his present officers. Those same officers have presented themselves to the people again, owing this union over $87,000.
But that accusation did not sit well with Mr. Pinder. In fact, he and Barros exchanged a few words outside of Kendall G. L. Isaac's gymnasium.
You don't tell lies and don't refute it. Come, miss. I mean, this is the only thing you get a campaign on.
Yeah.
So let me think.
Okay.
I thought he had move away. What Mr. Barros could have said to you was he saw some loans that was issued over the past 3 years where a person had paid them back, but what happened was the account did not post the repayments as yet, and so when he saw it, he assumed that 3 officers, not me, he assumed 3 officers had borrowed some money and then paid back. Not nobody share up no money. Secondly, our constitution says we must have the AGM before the 30th of September. We were supposed to have the AGM today, and the election is supposed to be next Friday, but because next Friday is government payday and you don't get good response on government pay, he and I agreed in Grand Bahama that we'll do the elections this day today and have the AGM next week. He and I agreed to that.
Pinder says he's confident that he would be re-elected, even though he has been accused of being in collusion with government following a series of industrial agreements signed off on right before Friday's election.
Be a face with that. That's the reason for it. Some of those industrial agreements took us 3 years to conclude. It's unfortunate for the members that the government or those agencies take that long to conclude it. But hey, if it's a blessing for me, so be it.
Now, we were not able to get the views of presidential candidate Kenneth Christie. He was not visible at any of the polling stations we visited and did not return our calls. Meantime, members turned out all day in considerable numbers to cast their ballots. Improved representation for the public servants across the board appears to be a common goal among them.
There are some things can be changed there too to make it better, but it has been going good.
But I'm looking for sound representation, honesty, and integrity. Okay, those are some of the things that that the union has lacked. Okay.
Nearly 4,000 members were eligible to cast their ballots Friday. Many of them say they are voting for a stronger union incorporated over 50 years ago to be the voice of government workers in this country. Charisma Robinson, ZNS Network News.